Harinama Sankirtan Ki Hare Krishna. I will request all of you, you can come on this side, please. Here, this side, like this. And we will try to chant all together. First, myself, again, you're gonna follow me. So we will get all benefits. You can see for Krishna. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is there. So if someone don't know, they can read on this board. I think we know everyone. Sitaram, 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 Jaya Sitaram. Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram. Jaya Sitaram. Louder, louder. Sitaram, 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 Jaya Sitaram. Rajaram, Jaya Rajaram. Rajaram, Jaya Rajaram. Sitaram, 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 Jaya Sitaram. Satu, chant. Dasarathana Raja Ram, Kausalya Nandana Louder, louder. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Louder, louder. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Louder, louder. Everyone. Krishna can hear. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Louder, louder. Yes. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hello. Louder, louder. Bhajan kirtan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Louder, louder. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Get up, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Harinama Sankirtan ki. Everyone is alive? Hare Krishna. So time is running very fast and we are coming on the second phase of our program. That's some Hari Katha. It was now Hari Bhajan, now it's Hari Katha. So I would like to thank everyone, those are sitting here, giving me the chance, especially my Prabhuji here. Actually, he was having today's turn to give some class, but he offered to me to say something about Lord Vittala. How many of you know about Lord Vittala? Those are from Maharashtra, they know. Those are little bit deep in the spiritual things, they also know. Even those are in ISKCON, they don't know so much about Vittala because Sri Prabhupada did not say about Vittala so much. But there is in the Chaitanya Charitamrita written everything about Vittala, about Tukaram Maharaj. So today is Ekadashi. How many of you know Ekadashi? Today is Ekadashi. Okay. So today is Ekadashi and this is called Ashadi Ekadashi. We have in our Indian culture, or Indian tradition, or our philosophy, we have our old calendar. I don't know how many of you know. It's called like Ashar, Bhadrapad, Shravan, Kartik, Jyesht, Post. So this month is called Ashar month. And this is Ashari Ekadashi. And this Ekadashi called Dev Shayani Ekadashi. So from today's day, all these demigods are going to sleep. Even Krishna also going to sleep. So from today, it's Chaturmas start. Chaturmas means Chaitri month. So from today, next 4 months, nobody is doing some holy things. Holy things means like marriage, engagement, birthday, this kind of things. Because there is no demigods available to give you blessings. Because they are all sleeping. So this 4 months is called Chaturmas. So they are not doing these things like marriage things or whatever. So we should also not do. So today is Ashadi Ekadashi. If you see on the net or maybe in Pandharpur Dham, this is in the Pandharpur in the Maharashtra, from Pune around 5 hours driving near the district Solapur, and it is a border with Goa and Karnataka. Another side is Madhya Pradesh, and it is central of India. This is called central of India, Maharashtra. So Maha means big. There is so many Rashtra's are there. Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh. So this is called like Maharashtra. Maharashtra means big Rashtra. It was big Rashtra. And one time it was king there, Shivaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Shivaji, who was rules all over the world, not only India. If you read history, you will know she was the only one king who was ruling whole India. More than before Afghanistan was also in India. Pakistan also was in India. Is written in the Bhagavatam. Gandhar Desh. How many of you know Mahabharat Katha? You saw Mahabharat. You know Kunti? Yes. You know Gandhari? Yes. Yeah. So that called Gandhar Desh. Pakistan was Gandhar Desh before. Gandhar. Gandhar. So this is our history. I think so many of you know, or maybe don't know, because today is computer age. So yesterday I was just speaking with my one colleague, and he was saying, because I used to sometimes preach on my colleague also on some small point, and then their eyes become big, what he said. So my colleague was saying, Today is computer world, and today is this and that, and we cannot do nothing about computer this and that. I'm saying computers, your life is working on two things only. Net and light. That's it. If his light is off and net is gone, everything is stopped. You can imagine in your mind, no? Your bank account, your mind is working on computer, your job, your everything. If net is finished, what will happen? Internet will finish. You cannot take out money from your bank. How many of you carry cash in their pocket? Nobody's carrying. Light also, same thing. If there is no light, nothing is working. Net also need to work for light. If there is no light, there is no net. So things are going very, very further. People are depending their life on the net and light. But those are spiritual people, they don't need nothing. They can still manage 3 stone, they can go in the forest, they can have wood, 3 stone, and they can start. They have that power still today. If you don't believe me, you go in Mayapur or you go Pandharpur. Our Gurukulas there. There's powerful pujaris are there. You can go there and you can ask them. By mantra they can create fire. By mantras. They don't need nothing. They are powerful. So this is the thing. So we will speak about with Lord Vittala today. So today is Ekadashi. More than 2 to 3 million people are in the Pandharpur today. Millions. Around I think 4 lakh people are there in Pandharpur Dham to taking darshan of Lord Vittala. Because Lord Vittala going to sleep. But he is never sleeping. He is never sleeping. There is only one God in the India, he is never sleeping. Even he stand like this. Stand like this. That means he is waiting for you. He is waiting for that he can come, he can have his darshan. So Pandharpur Dham, there is so many names for Pandharpur Dham. Just I want to know first, how many of you know Pandharpur Dham and Vittal Bhagwan? Those are from Maharashtra, they know. Those are from Karnataka, they know. So that's why Tukaram Maharaj, one big saint, Tukaram Maharaj, there is so many saints. But Tukaram Maharaj used to say, Kannada Raja Pandarisa. Kannada. Kannada means Karnataki. He is also from Karnataka also. Why is Kannada Raja? King from Karnataka. Because when Aurangzeb came to Pandharpur, he destroyed everything. Tuljapur, no? So his goal was to destroy Pandharpur also. This is a people's very big faith place, how say, spiritual place. He want to destroy Pandharpur and Vittala. So when his devotee come to know, they send letter to Raja Krishna who is in Karnataka. Yes? How many of you Karnataka? Is there somebody from Karnataka? Yeah. So Raja was, his king was in Karnataka, Krishna in Vijayawada. Yeah? Okay. Because I also don't know 100% some things. That's why I'm making confirmation, you know. I know he's from Karnataka. I know from his Vijayawada. He's there, he's from that same place, you know. So he took Lord Vittala there. But he was very big devotee of Vittala. And he come his dream and he said, take me there. So Krishna he come and he take to Vittala for some time in Karnataka. So in Padma Purana it said, there was one great devotee called Muchukunda. This story in the Bhagavatam. Muchukunda king of Muchukunda, who helped to demigods to fight with demons on the order of Krishna, Vishnu. So that Muchukunda when get tired, he want to sleep. And then Krishna come and Krishna said, okay, I will give you promise that you're gonna go sleep. And then he said to Krishna, if I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna destroy that person who I see first. Because I don't want to wake up. So Krishna said, yes, okay. So this is that person. Why I'm saying this Muchkunda? Because all these stories are connected with something. So you will not understand what is the exact story. Because I'm going to say about Vittala. So who is Vittala? How Vittala is coming Pandharpur? Who is Pundali? Who is Rukmini? So we have to know about that. Because everything is mixing. So I will start story from Kurukshetra. When Kurukshetra war is finished, battle finished, Bhagavan Krishna start to go to Dwarka. And when Bhagavan Krishna going to Dwarka, then his part is changing, his role is changing. He is not anymore Krishna Kanaya, Dauji Ke Bhaiya. He is not anymore. His role is changed. What he's become? Yes, Dwarikadish. He's become Grasta man. He's having so many queens and he's become Grasta. He's not anymore, how say, Balagopal, cowherd boy, he's not anymore. So when he was in Dwarika, and Krishna never mixed these pastimes, Radharani, Gopis, Gopal, this is everything in Vrindavan, not in Dwarka. Dwarka is king. So one day Krishna was sitting with his queen, how say, loved one queen, who he loves more than another queens. And that's called, what's her name? Huh? No. Rukmini, yes. Rukmini. So, they said like this, maybe it's true because Krishna give example, Krishna give proof. In the world, most beautiful woman from Krishna give this statement and Krishna give this proof. In the world, the most beautiful women are from Maharashtra. Because in Maharashtra is Amravati, and from Amravati is Rukmini. Rukmini is from Amravati. So Krishna having so many queens, but that Rukmini was her favorite. Because she was very beautiful and she was very honest to Krishna. Because nature is that, even that time also, twins know to, but in the love and affection, not like bad way, like today, no? Like lying or not saying truth. But Rukmini was faithful to Krishna. And how Krishna marry Rukmini, how Krishna have Rukmini, that's also another story. That's what I told you in the beginning. There is every words regarding Krishna, behind that is big story. If I say Krishna, then we have to know Krishna is only Krishna in Vrindavan. Krishna is not in the Dwarka Krishna. Krishna not in Karnataka Krishna. Krishna not in Pandharpur Krishna. Krishna not in Gujarat Krishna. No? So every words behind that is big story. If I say Pandharpur, if I say Pundalik, if I say Tukaram, behind that big story. So I will try my best to make you easy. And behind that, if you want to know, you can read Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. So you have the detailed story. No? I just explained to you Muchkunda, King Muchkunda. That's Pundalik. Pundalik, who Krishna comes to give his blessings. Pundalik. So that will come later. So we are not going behind how Rukmini sang later to Krishna, and how Krishna kidnapped Rukmini, and how Rukmini's brother Rukmini want to fight with Krishna, and then how Krishna kidnap Rukmini and bring to Dwarika and that pastimes. We are not going that behind. That's a different story. So we will start story from there where Krishna start to his journey to Pandharpur. Okay. So one day, Rukmini and Krishna, they were sitting on the house. झूले को क्या बोलते हैं? Swing. So they were sitting on the swing and having like fun, husband wife, because Krishna is the enjoyer and he know lots of way to enjoy, and he's the main queen. So they are on the swing and they are having the talk and laugh but Rukmini know that whenever Krishna with him, he's fully enjoying with Rukmini. Means he's fully paying attention, whatever Rukmini said. But that moment happening, the Krishna was looking at her face and saying, he's not there. He's listening, but he's not there. By bodily he was there, but mentally he was not there. So after some time, Rukmini come to know, so what is going on? Why he's not paying attention what I'm saying? And then suddenly, and Rukmini was very serious. And suddenly Krishna started to laugh. When Krishna started to laugh, she's become angry. And then Rukmini said, you have to tell me what is the reason why you're laughing. Because I did not say nothing, something like that, you laugh. And then Krishna come himself, and he come to know that he made a big mistake. Because that time, he was thinking about Radharani. And he was sitting with Rukmini on the street. And then now he's in the big trouble. He said, how I can explain to her? So that moment was happening. Later Narada explained this to somebody this past time. That Krishna was with Rukmini, but he's thinking of Radharani's that Leela which was happening in the Kusum Sarovar in Vrindavan. And what was that Leela? That Radharani want to take some flower from some branch of one tree, and that tree was very high. And then she called Krishna, and Krishna take this tree down. And then Radharani go there, catch this tree with one hand, and she want to take this flower, and then Krishna just left this tree, that branch. And then Radharani go on the sky. She's hanging in the middle, And then Krishna was laughing, that first time. And that thing she remember on that swing where they were both sitting. And then Rukmini said to Krishna, you have to tell me what's going on. Now Krishna cannot lie. So Krishna told Rukmini all this story. And Rukmini became very angry. Because she was typical Maharashtrian woman. Because every state woman, they have something different way to think about husband. And we call, I'm from Maharashtra, but I'm not saying because of myself. In Maharashtra, today they call that's why Lakshmi also there. When Lakshmi Narayan, they never be separate. You know that? Lakshmi Narayan, they never be separate. But one time happening same things in the Golok Vrindavan, that Lakshmi left Krishna. And where she come? Where she go? She come in Kolhapur. Maybe you heard in Kolhapur Mahalakshmi temple. Still today she is there doing tapasya. She left Krishna. That's another story you can read in Bhagavatam. So still today you can go to Pandharpur or Kolhapur, you can see Lakshmi is there. So when Krishna told Rukmini became very angry. And then she said, no, enough is enough. You cannot forget Radharani. You cannot forget your Vrindavan pastime. Because after all Beyond these things I put on my back, and I come to you, I'm married to you, I'm with you, but still you cannot forget what you've done before, And I think that's not normal that every woman cannot forget that. Who can tolerate married person have another woman? Who can tolerate that? If somebody can tolerate, she can forgive him for one time because she loves him, but not all the time. So, and then Rukmini is very angry, and Rukmini left him from Dwarka, and she come to Pandharpur. Pandharpur before called like Dindirvan. That was forest. One means forest, and Dindir means how say? इमली को क्या कहते हैं? तमरिंदा. Tamarind. So that's called Tamarinda forest there. So there was one demon. His name also related what the Dindir one. So he was getting promise from Shiva that no man can kill him. Only woman can kill him. So that is a Rukmini called Parvati, and Lakshmi also same at the same time. So that is behind another story. That she has to come there, she has to kill that demon. That's another story. But this story here, what Krishna she left, she come there and she killed that demon and she stay there. She not go back to Dwarka. But Krishna did not know where is the Rukmini, and he cannot stay without Rukmini. So by his mystic power, he knows that Rukmini is in Pandharpur, Dindirvan. Still today you go there, you will find there, temple is there, Rukmini is sitting there. There is 2 Rukmini temples. So when Krishna is coming, first he come with his chariot, because he is the Dwarkadish. First come he with chariot, then he changed his form, then he's become Gop Balak. He have cows, he have all these cowherd boys. Because in Pandharpur there is 2 proof. That's why we have to, when we are saying story about Vittal, we have to say both of them. Because when you go in Pandharpur, you will find these 2 things are there. His chariot, he's coming from Dwarka as king, so his chariot also there. And from Pandharpur 5 kilometers there is Gopalpur. There is Gopalpur. So you can see there is Krishna's small lotus feet, all cowherd boys lotus feet. His his stick like क्या बोलते हैं उसको लट को क्या बोलते हैं? So who is with cow? He's having this stick. His sticks also there. So both these forms are there, king and cowherd boy in Gopalpur. So Gopalpur is on the mountain, and it's like in Shastra says Gopalpur is like Govardhan. Chandrabhaga river is also there. Tukaram Maharaj says like Bhimani Chandrabhaga Tuja Charnachi Ganga. Bhima, Chandrabhaga river called Bhima also. And Tukaram Maharaj says this Ganga, Chandrabhaga river is Ganga. So we have Govardhan, we have Chandrabhaga river means Ganga means Yamuna ji there. So when Vittal coming, so how many of you know this name Vittal? Vittal. So Vittal means he's standing on the wheat. Wheat is Marathi shabda, wheat, Marathi. And in English called like brick. Brick, So brick called wheat. So he's standing on that brick, that's why his name is Vittal. Vittal means who is standing on the brick. Another name is Panduranga. Panduranga. Pandu means white. Pandu means white. Ranga means Ranga. Ranga means color. So when he was coming, Vittala was coming with his cowherd boys, there was dust was going in the air. Dust was going in the air. So this dust coming on his face. Like ladies with German, they put some powder or some makeup. So he's become different things, The same thing is happening with Krishna. Krishna is blackish, But when he is walking with cows, because cow when walks, all this dust is going up. So his face become like, he's making like powder on the face. So that's called like a Panduranga. That's his name is Panduranga. One of name is Panduranga. Who is having color white. But usually he's black. Maybe he's black. So then Krishna is coming in Gopalpur first. And then Gopalpur to Dindirban. When he's coming Gopalpur to Dindirban, he's again changing his form because Rukmini is queen and he's the king from Dwarka. So he take again chariot and he's coming to chariot to approach to Rukmini. And he said, Rukmini, let's go home. And then Rukmini said, no, I'm not going home. I'm not going with you. He said, please forgive me and let's go home. And then she said, no, I'm not going home. I'm staying here. And at the same time, as I told you in the beginning, there is all related stories. So when Rukmini is coming in Dindirvan Pandharpur, there was another story to she want to kill that demon. When Vitala is coming, Krishna is coming to Dindirvan, means Pandharpur, he want to give his darshan to so many devotees like Kundali. No, Kundali was there, that Muskunda. Because last life, Krishna was said to him that this life you serve me, next life I will give you my darshan. That is that Muskunda king who was Kundali. So there is now story start. I will not say real story, there are so many stories. And then Krishna left Rukmini in her place. She can be in the peace there, do her sadhana, whatever. And then he go to Pundalik. Pundalik was living there, nearby. So Pundalik he's from Brahman family, but he was having very bad habits. Bad habit means he don't care no one. Whatever he's coming in the mind like this, he lives. So his mother, father, Brahman family. So when his age is coming, his mother, father marry him, one girl. And as he is Brahmana, he take that advantage. And he's become so involved in that marriage life, and he's forgot that he's Brahmana. And he's become to, how say, language like karmi. Karmi means like just thinking about woman and her body, nothing else. Nothing else. So, but there is in India tradition, maybe I think all of you from India almost. So there is tradition to, in the year one time, we have to take our mother, father for where? Where we have to take our mother, father? Pilgrimage. Pilgrimage means holy places. Kashi, Mathura, Vrindavan. But today, nobody don't know, so they will not take. So that's different things. So, his mother, father said, Kundalika take us in the Kashi Yatra. So, because of relatives, because of around the people, he has to take them. He did not want to go. But what people will say, he did not take his mother, father to Yatra, holy Yatra. So he take his mother, father holy Yatra. But how? He put rope around the neck, mother father's neck rope, like animal. And he take his wife on the shoulder. Can you imagine? And his wife sitting on the shoulder, and he's pulling with one hand father, one hand mother. And they are like this. And they were blind. Mother, father was black. They don't see. They are very old. So like this, he's come to Pandharpur. And when he come Pandharpur, he had to stay somewhere. So he found one ashram. That ashram was from Kakudumi. Kakudumi, one Brahman, Kakudumi. His ashram, he stayed there. And when he asked, can I stay here? He asked very rough way, very, with that sadhu. But still, Kakudumi know that he's the Vittala's great devotee one time. And that night he sleep. He throw his mother, father one corner, and he's with his wife. And then he saw there is 3 ladies coming in the night. And they are very old and very, not looks like normal, old and having some disease and not beautiful. I will not use word like ugly, but not beautiful. If somebody can say, see this, then you will say, oh, this is the last one I see in the life. So these 3 ladies are coming there, and they are doing sevas. They are like water, cleaning land on that ashramas. And in the morning, when he saw, he was watching them. In the morning, he saw that ladies are become very beautiful, become like apsaras, very, very beautiful. So then he go to that ladies and he asked, how this happening? How this chamatkar is happening? When I saw you yesterday in the evening, you will be very, and now it's very beautiful. How? So they say, this Kakudumi is a very big devotee of his mother father. And he is doing so nicely seva to his mother father. That's why Krishna blessed him and Krishna gave this place. Whoever gonna do seva here, he's become young, beautiful, and then his tube light is start working. And all these memories coming back from past life. And then suddenly he throw his wife on the side and he asked to forgiveness for his mother father. And then of course his mother father forgive him, but they were blind. And then he go to that Rishi Kukudumi and he said like this happening, everything, all this past time. And Kukudumi said, okay, whatever happening is okay. Now you come to know, you surrender, you come to know. So then he make one paste medicine for the mother father, Pundalika's mother father. But Kakudumi said, there is one rule that when you put this medicine on the eyes of your mother father, you have to sit like this. Your face should be east side, where the sun is rising. You have to sit like this. On the one lap, your father's head, another lap, mother's head. Put that lap, means that medicine on your father, mother's eyes, and don't move until sunrise. If you break their sleep, and they will not wake up, that medicine will not work. So you have to do that. And then he take that medicine, and in the night, the mother father sleeping. He put this medicine on their eyes, and they're sleeping. And then Krishna want to test him now, because he was so much attached to his wife, because he was taking wife on the shoulder and mother father behind with rope. So Krishna want to test him now how much he's become mother father, how much he's dedicated seva to mother father. So first Krishna start to make him afraid. Krishna take big form as like Ananta Shesha, like big cobra, come in front of him and show him so many different things that he can become scary or afraid, But he was afraid, he was scary. He's sweating and this kind of stuff, shaking. But he tried to not to move his lap, And then Krishna want to test more. So it's said that Krishna becomes scorpion, and he's become scorpion, big scorpion, like king scorpion. And he's डंक मारने का क्या बोलते हैं प्रभु जी? Sting. हाँ? Sting. Steam him so many times in the behind, all body, and blood is going out, and painful life, is poisonous inside, painful. But still he is struggling, and he is not moving his life. After that, Krishna take bumblebee, form of bumblebee, भौरा होता है ना, भौरा, bumblebee, भौरे को bumblebee बोलते हैं, हाँ? Honeybee नहीं, bumblebee, black one, big one. And then he made, first he bite backside to him, but he did not move. He's become very sweating, everything, and blood, he's everything, everywhere is blood. Krishna was testing him. Then Krishna started to make hole. Krishna started to make hole backside, and making hole, and he's eating everything, and from behind, in front he's going out. That bumblebee. And still he was not, because Krishna wanted to test him, is that he's moving his life. If you see movie, Bhakta Pundali, if you see movie, is there everything, how it is in the Shastra written. And then still he is not moving, and then Krishna come to know that he is so much dedicated to his mother father's seva. Then Krishna want to play last his card, play card, last card. And that is what? He's coming himself there. Krishna, come himself, but behind. And then suddenly it was small hut, that was hut there, small hut. There was no light, so it's dark. And then suddenly light become big light. So he knows something is happening, because he don't know what's happening. Suddenly light coming, something is happening, and then he heard sound from backside. Pundalik, I am Krishna coming from Golok Vrindavan, and I am very happy with your seva, what you do for your mother and father. So can you look at me? And Pundalik say, sorry Lord, you are coming wrong time, wrong place. I cannot see you now. I am busy. Then Krishna saying, how dare you? I left everything in my planet, Golok Vrindavan, I am coming for you here. You don't want to see me, because if he had to see Vittala, this Krishna, then he had to turn like this backside, no? He had to turn at 90 degrees. If he turned like this, then this lamp is going up. Then his father will wake up. So he said, I am Krishna coming to bless you. Can you see me? He said, I cannot see you, but I will see. After sun will rise, I will see you. That he said, how dare you? I am your guest. And the rule is like that, when guests come home, you have to offer him something. Water or sugar or whatever to make sweet, How many of you know that when guest is coming home, we have to offer something? How many? Raise your hand, please. Okay. So, there is countries in Europe, they offer so many things. But this is their tradition. I like to say, I want to take this advantage to say some things about these things. So, Atiti Devo Bhava. In India, we give water or sweets, whatever. But in Europe, some countries, they give so many things. I was in Europe, Croatia and Bosnia, this part of center of Europe. So when I go there, even devotees' house, but they, grandfathers, grandmother, they are not devotees, but their children devotees. So they will gonna first tell me on the way, Prabhuji, if they will offer you alcohol or coffee, don't take. But just take in the hand and say thank you. Because this is our culture. When somebody come home, they give you one hand coffee, one hand raki. Raki means like white alcohol, And then they drink coffee, they drink alcohol. So this is their tradition. So in some countries they are different. If you go Mexico also same things, because I was going all these things. countries who are traveling with devotees. If you go Mexico, they will give you tequila. They alcohol is tequila. And if you Russia also, some party, if you go Russia, they give you vodka or something. So, Prabhuji was traveling whole world, so Prabhuji know. Our Krishna Prabhuji is traveling whole world, so you know. Anyway, so then Krishna said to Kundali, you will not give me something for, as I'm your guest. And he's saying, I'm sorry, my Lord, you are now wrong place and wrong time. I cannot give you nothing, but still, I have something to give you if you accept that. And what? It was there one piece of brick. Piece of brick was there. So he just take this brick and just throw smoothly backside. And that brick was there. And then he said, until sun is rising, you stand on that brick. That's my, for you, how say, Atiti Deva Bhava. So Krishna is standing there. And then sun is rising. That sunlight is coming on their eyes. And their eyes become like normal, they can see. And they wake up. And then they turn and then see Krishna standing on the brick. That's called Vitthal. Vitthal means, wheat means brick. And he's standing there. And Krishna has become very happy, very satisfied with Pundalika's bhakti. Even Krishna is coming from his planet, Golok Vrindavan, but he did not care in front of Mother Father Seva. And Krishna is very happy. So Krishna said, I am very happy with your Seva. So I like to give you something, you can ask what you want. So the first Pundalika said, I don't want nothing. You are coming here to give me darshan, that's everything for me. So I don't want nothing. And I am doing Seva with my mother, father, that doesn't mean that I want to something. So I don't want nothing. You are coming, that's good. But still Vittala was very eager to give him something. So he said, no, I want to give you something, tell me what I can give it to you. And then Pundalik said, okay, my Lord, you asking, and I just don't want to say you that no, that's disrespect. So if you want to give me something, then do one thing. I want that you are here, I want that you never go back. I want that you stay forever here, not to go back, and always give darshan to his devotees, your devotees. Then Krishna was thinking, what I can do now? I have to go Dwarka, I have to go Golok Vrindavan, I have to go Vrindavan. But he promised to Pundalika, then he said, okay, I will stay here. And then he stayed there, he put his hand on the lap, and he stayed there. Since that day, still Vittala is there, standing in the same place, same brick, same that temple. And then, after some time, when Rukmini come, because Rukmini doing tapasya there, she was deep in the dhyana, and she come to know all these things, because it was happening nearby, not so far away. If still you go in Pandharpur, from Dindirvan, where Rukmini is sitting, from there is maybe 10 minutes walking distance. Both of them sitting on the bank of river Chandrabhaga. So Rukmini come to know, so Rukmini coming to Vittala and saying, what are you doing? Why are you giving to promise to him? You want to stay forever here. We can go back to Dwarka. Vittala said, no, it's too late. It's too late, I cannot go back. Then she said, well, then what I'm doing now without you in Dwarka? Then she said, I'm also coming with you. And then she get up from that place and she go behind Vittala and stand behind the Vittala. So you're going to see in Pandharpur there is two Rukmini temple. Where she is coming from Dwarka, which place she is sitting and doing tapasya, that's called Dindirvan, exact opposite of river in front of our ISKCON temple. And on the side, 10 minutes walking distance, there is Pundalika temple, where was Pundalika sitting on the bank of river on the corner. And behind that, when you go few stairs up, there is Vitthal temple. And behind Vitthal temple is Rukmini temple. So if you see Radha Krishna, Lakshmi Narayan, all they are together, but here Vittal Rukmini is not together. So first you take Pundalika Darshan, then you go to Vittala Darshan, and then you have to go behind the temple is Rukmini Darshan. So this is the Vittal Bhagavan's pastime. So Pundalik, he was Muchkundar, as I told you in the beginning of the story. So all these pastimes, maybe you don't know, because Srila Prabhupada did not mention all these pastimes, but this is in the Shastra. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is so many places is mentioned about this Pandharpur Dham. So let me tell you all these things. In Pandharpur Dham, how many of you read Chaitanya Charitamrita? How many of you read Chaitanya Charitamrita? Okay. So in Gaudiya, this ISKCON branch, let's start with ISKCON. So because maybe you people will get confused. So then you're gonna think that why Prabhuji today is speaking about Vittala. So I will explain to you. We are a branch of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Gaudiya Mat, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. We are a branch of Gaudiya Mat. Because Srila Prabhupada what? Gaudiya Mat, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Srila Prabhupada make this ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada make this ISKCON. So who was the founder of Gaudiya Mat? Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, Guru Maharaj of Srila Prabhupada. So this Gaudiya Mat or Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, main Acharya was who start this and when start this? When Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in Kali Yuga they say Krishna take two incarnations. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Kalki. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the Swayam Krishna. So he's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Swayam Krishna, and his pastimes written in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Charitra Amrut means all these pastimes are inside. So it's written there, and this Pandharpur Dham, Chaitanya Charitamrita, said like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going South India tour. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going South India tour, but before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come to Pandharpur, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Pandharpur also, 7 days and 7 nights he was sitting there and doing bhajan kirtan, and his purpose was something different. I will tell you this later. But now I am telling you in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya how this Pandharpur is related. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita it said before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come to Pandharpur, Nityananda Mahaprabhu was in Pandharpur. Nityananda Mahaprabhu was Pandharpur, and Nityananda Mahaprabhu get initiated in the Pandharpur. So when Nityananda Mahaprabhu initiated in Pandharpur, his guru name was Lakshmipati Tirtha. Everything is mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. If somebody want to know, you can read Chaitanya Charitamrita, you will know everything. When Nityananda Prabhu come Pandharpur, have his Diksha, he go back. After that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's elder brother, big brother, how say? Elder brother. His name was Vishwarup. What was his name? Vishwarup. So Vishwarup, he was coming to Pandharpur. Vishwarup, he was coming to Pandharpur, and he was also got initiation in Pandharpur. Plus, he took Samadhi in Pandharpur. So, still today you cannot find his Samadhi there, because somebody said, or Shastra said, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Balram, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Vishwarup, they are all same. They are all incarnation of Balram. So they cannot find his Savat in Pandharpur because when Nityananda Mahaprabhu comes, this Vishwarup Prabhu go on his body. He's becoming villain. He's becoming villain in his body. So Vishwarup Prabhu took initiation there and his name become what? Vishwarup's name become what? His name become Shankararanya. Vishwarup Prabhu's name becomes Shankararanya. He is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's elder brother. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come to Pandharpur and he arrange this tour, South India tour, going temple by temple, and he was having only one motive to find his brother Vishwarup. So he was coming to Pandharpur and sitting bank of river 7 days and doing Hari Kirtan, Hari Bhajan. And one Brahmana called him his home for Hari Bhajan. His name is Srirangapuri Brahman, same Brahman. And he said, "May I know you?" He said to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, "May I know you?" So he said, "How?" So I don't know, but I was in Bengal, Jagannath Mishra's home, doing my Madhugari. All these things what I am saying, everything is in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. I was in one time, because Brahmana like to travel. So when I was in Bengal doing my Madhugari, and I was going one Grastha's home, his name is Jagannath Mishra and Sachimata. They were having two nice, beautiful sons. I just remember that. And I have feeling maybe that's you. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Yes, that's me Chaitanya." Then he said, "Do you know maybe my brother's name?" He said, I know Vishwarup." And then he said, "Maybe you know about him, he's here somewhere or you heard him." And then he told, Srirang Puri, he told him, "Yes, I initiated him as Shankararanya. He was here, but after that I don't know where he's gone." So all these pastimes is in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, is related with Pandharpur. There is so many saints like Tukaram Maharaj. Maybe you heard about, how many you know Tukaram Maharaj? Because there are so many saints, but Tukaram Maharaj is more popular because movies. So before that, we can go more behind. Our big acharyas, Shankaracharya, Nimbarkacharya, Vishnu Swami, Ramanujacharya, all these big acharyas was in Pandharpur. They are going there, they are staying there, they are doing their tapasya there. Even Shankaracharya, he was Mayavadi. Shankaracharya, he was Mayavadi. And he don't believe in Krishna and Krishna's form. When he come to Pandharpur and Vithala, he saw Vithala and he started to cry and he started to make notes. Parabrahma Lingam, Bhajo Pandurangam. He make Pandurangam Ashtakam, Shankaracharya. There in the temple every morning they sing Panduranga Ashtakam. It is written by Shankaracharya. There is Shankaracharya Vidyapit also. There is temple also in Pandharpur. This is all related with our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. But only Prabhupada not mentioned so much because Prabhupada want to spread Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's this mission, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. In Pandharpur Dham, they do all these things what we do in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. We do Padayatra. Our we have Sankirtan movement. In ISKCON we say Sankirtan movement. Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya we say like Sankirtan movement. Sankirtan movement is what? What is the procedure of Sankirtan movement? Sankirtan movement procedure is that walking on the street and doing Harinam. That's called Sankirtan. Sankirtan means सभी ने संग में किया होगा. Everybody is doing together kirtan and walking on the street. That's called Sankirtan. Is there some picture Sankirtan here? No, not picture here. So in Maharashtra, Warkari, they call like Warkari Sampradaya. Warkari means together going in Harinam. So 1 month, 2 months, 3 months they are walking from home to Pandharpur. Today's day they come in Pandharpur. They are going Alandi, Dehu, Pune, all these places, all around the world. They go there. Even here also they start Dindi now. I heard from Maharashtra Island, Mandal, yes. They start this Dindi from here to there, and they bring Tukaram Maharaj lotus feet also here. Some Vatri Sampradayas devotees. So this is the procedure that's same like Gaudiya Vaishnava procedure. Only this process more older than before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, give this procedure to doing Padayatra, Harinam. But before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this process started. That's what Tukaram Maharaj saying in his Abhanga, Jeva nahute charachara. Jeva nahute charachara, Teva hote Pandharpura. Means, that time was nothing on this planet. That time Pandharpur was there. Tukaram Maharaj said. So, in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, all these acharyas was there. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also there. He was 7 days, 7 nights was staying there doing Harinam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's big brother, Vishwarup, initiated name is Shankararanya. He took Samadhi there. And holy place, river like Chandrabhaga is called Yamuna, is equal to Ganga also. Gopalpur, where Krishna first come, Gopalpur is like Govardhan. This is the Govardhan there. So Vittal Bhagwan is Krishna. He is Sakshat Krishna. He is not another thing. From His Holiness Loknath Maharaj, Maharaj giving proof that Vittala is coming from Dwarka to Pandharpur, Pandharpur to Jagannathpur. From here, Vittala is going to Jagannathpur. So, I remember Maharaj now. So, we will pray for Maharaj. Today is Maharaj's birthday, 76th of his anniversary. Birthday anniversary. Today is Vyas Puja. Big festival is going on in Pandharpur. So, we will pray for him and pray for his health, and he can serve Sri Prabhupada as much as long as possible. And Prabhupada's dream project, Bhu Vaikuntha project, is going on. It is a 150 crores project going on there, Pandharpur. So we will raise our hand and we will say 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamadhapur Maharaj. Because today is birthday. Say Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare. Param Puja Loknath Maharaj Swami Maharaj ki. So I will stop here and I will take only 5 minutes if somebody has some questions or comments. At the same time, I will request, if it is possible, big temple is going on here. Prabhuji will give notes about that project in Dublin Temple. But I will give some highlights about Pandharpur Temple. Big project is going on there, 150 crores. And it's said in Narsi Puran, Vara Puran, Bhagavad Puran, Agni Puran, it's said, whoever helped to build Krishna's house, his temple, Krishna built his house in his planet. So who want to give this donation for that temple, they can contact to me, or you can go to ISKCON Pandharpur website and you can donate there. Wish €1, €2, because for money called Lakshmi. What we call for money? Lakshmi. And Lakshmi is placed in the lotus feet of Krishna. So that Lakshmi means our money, if we give to Krishna, Lakshmi become very happy. And when Lakshmi, because this is her right place. So if we give that money for Krishna's house, Krishna's temple, Lakshmi become very happy. And that Lakshmi never be, how say in English? कभी आपको कम नहीं पड़ेगी. Huh? Yes. You will be never have less money in your pocket. That I would say in the short. So I will stop here. So whoever want to give some donation for that temple, you can give it. Hare Krishna. Is there any questions, comments? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I was wondering about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his brother being
Yeah.
incarnated as Krishna at the same time. If the soul is indivisible, if the Atman is indivisible, then how could it be in two people at the same time?
Sorry, say again last sentence.
How can
No, soul, you said soul something.
sorry?
You said soul or something you said.
Oh, the soul is indivisible,
Yeah.
so it can't be divided.
Yeah. So soul is undivided, as you said. But soul, this, how say it? Soul means we are the soul. Krishna is not soul. You understand me? Krishna is not soul. He is the supreme person. So he can be in one time in million place. So that's what called Atma Ram Jagatapasa. He is Atma Ram. Atma means we are the Atma. He is not Atma. He is the super soul. So Krishna can do whatever he wants. Means our soul is going out, we are dead. But Krishna's soul go out, he will not dead. So Krishna can be, because this is the called Bhagavad Tattva. So when you read books, you will not all this difference in definition of Atma and Paramatma. Because Atma is we are, soul. And Paramatma is Krishna, super soul. So he's not something different. That's why he's God. He's God and we are. It's different. So for Krishna, don't क्या कहते हैं हिंदी में, उसको लागू नहीं होता, कृष्ण को वो लागू नहीं होता. Yeah, it's not applicable to Krishna because it's applicable to only for us. Because if we don't breathe, we not alive. Krishna is not like that, and we have to breathe through nose. You understand? We have to breathe through nose. You cannot breathe through your eyes or ear or Understand? Krishna don't need. He can do all these activities from any part of his. So that's why like Krishna is different. He's not. So same story I will tell you. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Jagannath Puri, standing behind the Garuda Dhwaj. Then you mean Jagannath Puri? No. Okay. So you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, you will know. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was standing there, and he's taking darshan of Lord Jagannath. And when he was taking darshan, he just go inside Jagannath. He just go inside Jagannath. Still today, you can go, but there is a pujari. This pujari not let us go near to Jagannath, that Vigraha. But still today, Jagannath's heart is beating there. Jagannath having heart there is beating. So this is a highly, knowledge for Krishna's pastime. So we will not understand that. But when become your devotee, what is the meaning of devotee? Devotee means Krishna's servant. So when we become devotee, Krishna's servant, then we will know everything and we will accept that. But before that, we are not Krishna's devotee means will not accept Krishna and will not become servant, and all these thoughts will come in your mind. Why is like this and why is like that? So I will just suggest that we can read books, and all these your questions will become answered easy. Hare Krishna. It's okay with you?
Yeah, good.
Thank you. Okay. So, okay. So Prabhuji will have one small quiz. Yes, Prabhu? Small quiz because we are running out of time. Because Vasudev Prabhu also he has to make announcement. Small quiz. And questions. You can make questions that everybody know. Okay. Why? You want mine?
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the lecture. Thank you. I'm going to ask two questions, and whoever answers the question will get a Bhagavad Gita. I want you to put your hands up. I don't want you to shout. I don't want you to look at the Google, your phone to look for the answer. Okay? The first question is, can you all hear me?
Yep.
It's not loud enough. Can you hear me? Yeah? First question. Parshuram is one of the avatar of Lord Krishna. During his time, his father was killed. And he vowed that for 21 generations, he will kill the Kshatriya kings. And the Kshatriya kings departed from India. Why is it that it is 21 times or 21 generations he was killing Kshatriyas? Can anyone give the reason of why? Yeah. Why not 22? Why not 25? Why not 30? Why not 40? But 21 times, 21 generations. Yeah. Put your hands up if you know the answer, because I don't want you to prompt. I don't want you to tell anybody. But just give me the answer. Yes. One hand up, one hand up. Okay, probably. Yes, go ahead.
When Parashuram went to the forest to collect flowers for his father, that's when the respective king who comes to kill his father. I mean, actually the story comes from his father's place, and once Parashuram went into the forest to collect the flowers, and the king will say that, okay, this is, I think the cow is called Kamadin, I believe, if I'm not wrong. So they said, this is the cow that should be with me, not with you. And he says that you cannot have the cow, and he killed them. The king will kill his father. During that time, his mother will call Parashuram for 21 times. That's 21 times he will have, his mother will call as Parashuram. That's one of the reason Parashuram will, he will go all around the earth for 21 times, and wherever he see a Kshatriya, he will kill all of them except 7 people, I believe, who are, I think that's the story which I learned from Mahabharata.
And that's not the answer I'm looking for.
Okay, maybe that's what.
Okay. Does anybody else know why Parshuram, for 21 generations, killed the Kshatriyas? And because of that, the Kshatriyas left India and they went all over the world, different parts of the world, right? And I'll explain another time. I'll explain why the world. What was the world called first, before it split due to the tectonic plates meeting? What was the world called then? Yes?
Angia.
No. I'll give you a clue. It starts with a G.
Jambudi.
Huh?
Jambudi.
No. I'm sure my colleague there knows.
You better answer.
Sorry?
You better answer.
So now, you recall Gondwana, right? And because of tectonic plates, the world split up into different, and now that's why you got Australia, you got America, North and South, and Africa. They're all split up, okay? But prior to that, it was one land, okay? And this one land was ruled by kings of India. And for fear of being killed by Parshuram, the Kshatriya kings or Kshatriya left India and went to the different parts of the world. But I'll go back and stop there. I need that. You're Googling, eh? So what's the reason why he, for 21 generations, he killed the Kshatriyas? And I need to know the answer of that. Prabhuji, do you know?
No.
Anybody knows? No.
Nobody don't know.
What about you?
I also don't know.
Well, give me a guess, and the one who is closest to the number will get the book. The one who is closest to the number I'm looking for will be given the book.
8.
Got it?
8.
No. Anybody else?
Is there a repeat question again? Is it a
Can you repeat question again?
Why is it for 21 generations, Parshuram killed the Kshatriyas, and because of that the Kshatriyas left India to different parts of the world. That's why some have gone to Australia, some have gone to South America. That's how, because before that the land split up. Gondwana land split because of the tectonic plates, because of the plates met and then they separated, they parted company. India was part of Africa, you know that, don't you?
Prabhu, are you looking for the reason?
No, I'm looking for the why he killed the Kshatriyas for 21 generations. Not one, 21 generations. Why not 22? Why not 24? But why?
I think nobody knows the answer.
Sorry?
I don't think anybody knows the answer.
Okay, I'll tell you that. But okay, so if you give me just guess, and the one who is closest to the answer will get one book.
Like his mother, like raised, like.
I'm looking for a number. I'm looking for. Yeah, 21 times is the answer. But what happened 21 times? How did the figure come about this?
Lots of here devotees, they don't know who's Parshuram. First thing. Second things are they don't know.
If you know what
You are
Parshuram
very
is,
high.
put your hands up who knows who is Parshuram.
See how many
One hand up.
Nobody don't know, Prabhu.
You don't know. He's one of the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu. He's one of the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu. He came before Ram. Okay? Just before Ram. That's 2.2.
So now you have to start Dashavatara. All Dashavatara. Then
Okay, I'll ask another question instead of that. You want the answer?
Yes.
Look for the answer. Parshuram's father was killed and was stabbed 21 times. When he was killed, he was stabbed. You know the knife? 21 times. So that's why for 21 generations, he vowed that he'll kill the Kshatriyas. So,
Prabhu, they asked who stabbed the father?
that's another day's question. Yeah, okay.
that answer I can give. You can give me Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
Sister Babu,
Yeah, okay.
give me Gita. I answer you.
Yes.
Who stabbed his father 21 times? His name is Shastra Babu.
Yeah, if you give whoever wants a book then. Yeah, I know the answer, but I couldn't remember it. I know that.
I will give you later.
Okay. Next question. Who is the original doctor? Who is the original doctor? You can't tell me I asked a lot of difficult questions. But I'm only asking what's in the scriptures. Who is the original doctor?
Dhanvantari.
Who?
Dhanvantari.
You're supposed to put your hands up.
Sorry, Dhanvantari.
Anybody else? Yes, the monthly. Yes, collectible. I will. Wait, don't go. Say it. When did Dhanvantari appear? When did Dhanvantari appear? Dhanvantari. Yes. Was it a guess or you knew it?
No, I knew it. I knew it. I pray him.
आपको पता है ना धनवंतरी
Del mantras.
Okay, anyway, when there was a churning of the milk ocean, that's when Dhanvantari appeared.
Okay. Yeah.
During the churning of the milk ocean.
Okay.
You know something of the churning of the milk ocean?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Okay. Okay.
पता तो ना
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
कौन तो ना
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
माता जी
Yeah. Now we start the next program now. Start the next program.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Madhu Hari Prabhu. On behalf of Hare Krishna Dublin Temple, we would like to welcome you all in this Sunday's Lovely program. Now we will move to the next part of the program, that is Aarti. But before that, I would like to make a little announcement. As Prabhu was mentioning, we are very near to buy a land here in Dublin. It is somewhere in the border between Dublin and Meath. So we are going through the paperwork currently. And if you are part of the WhatsApp group, Dublin Temple WhatsApp group, you might have seen the messages there. So very soon we will have a positive news about that. But one thing is there, like we are running shortage on the financial side. So we have very recently installed a couple of machines on the walls of the temple. So if possible, whatever capacity you have, please donate whatever little you can. We have the standard amounts there, 5, 20, 25, 50 and 100. But you can have the custom one. You can change it whatever amount you want to. But I would request you all on behalf of Hare Krishna Temple that please do some donation for the cause. And hopefully, and bless us, and hopefully we would have a good news about our new project, Vedic Temple. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So I need one person who can give me promise in front of Krishna that he's gonna take this Gita and he's gonna read every day at least one shlokas.
And also who don't have a copy of Gita.
I have.
No, the one who's
But I just want to make 100% sure he can give me promise in front of Krishna that he's gonna read every day one shloka. That's only 3 minutes and every day. Okay? Okay. What's your name?
Reshmi.
Huh?
Reshmi.
Reshmi. Surname is?
Rai Chaudhuri.
Right. Where are from you?
Kolkata.
Kolkata. Oh, okay. So I'm very sorry. I will not give you this Gita because you have already mercy from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You are from Kolkata. So I will take this advantage to give you some young generation there behind you because I know, I'm sorry, again I will tell you, because one day you are going to get this Gita because you are from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's place. So one day you are going to get Gita. That's I'm 100% sure. So there is one young generation behind you. What's your name, Mataji? Shobita. Where are you from? You? Bangladesh. So you are not past you? Bangladesh. Okay.
I can't get it.
Yeah, what's your name?
My name is Jyoti.
From where you are?
I'm from Delhi.
Delhi. Okay, you get it. Because I will say again, please forgive me. I will say again because those people are from Bengal. They are very, very much blessed from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they are going to get one day Gita or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, so you promise me you're going to read every day one shloka. Every day you read. And according to Gita, you're going to make your life.
Yes,
Okay?
I know that.
Whatever Krishna said, you're going to make like that. Okay? Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Let's go. Hare Krishna. Shiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Aratika Shobha. Jaya Shri Krishna Everyone just go down and everybody will say behind me, Jai. Okay? जय मुष्टबाद परमहंस प्रकाचार्य अस्तुत श्रीमद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर महाराज की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री गोपनाथ श्याम कुंज राधा कुंज गिरिराज गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की मथुरा धाम की द्वारकापुरी धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की मायापुर धाम की अयोध्यापुरी धाम की पंढरपुर धाम की श्री श्री विठ्ठल रुक्मिणी भगवान की गंगा माय की जमुना माय की कावड़ नर्मदा सिंधु की चंद्रभागा मैया की वृंद देवी भक्त देव तुलसी महारानी सामवेद भक्त वृंद की all glories to the Supreme, all glories to the Supreme, all glories to the Supreme, all glory, Guru and Gauranga Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. So everyone please sit down. We will have final Nashtarati and after that we will go for prasadam downstairs.
गंभीरं महाविष्णुं गौनाथं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं विष्णुं भद्रं विश्वमृत्युं नमामः
गंभीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्
श्री नरसिंह जय जय नरसिंह देव प्रहलादेश जय पद्म मुख पद्म वृंदम श्री नरसिंह
जय नरसिंह जय जय नरसिंह प्रहलादेश जय पद्म मुख पद्म वृंदम
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय
महाराज की जय। The prasadam will be served down there in the restaurant. Yeah, and one Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Give me the phone. Yeah, sure, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. 6:30. 5:30. I will check. I will check for you. You can ask him how many. तो वो आसमान पत्ता देंगे भाई कौन आसमान पत्ता थैंक यू
Gracias.
Krishna. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna